All right, I call.
Oh, wow.
Well, he has made the call. Dempsey has the best hand with the ace-jack and loves it. Look at him.
Stay.
Pure shock on his face to find out he's in front.
I know he has nothing, too.
Nice call with the 3-bet with ace-5 off, mate.
There you see the chip count. Soi went out in front with 8.2 million. James Dempsey in second with 5.4 million. Vanessa in third place right now with just under 3 million.
And as you can see, our winner will eventually take home $841,000.
As well as get that coveted entry into the WPT World Championship at Bellagio at the end of the season, which could be worth millions more to him.
Lines are 40,000, 80,000 as we return to action.
Yeah, Vanessa's going to raise with an 8-7.
Definitely a hand somebody like Vanessa is going to be raising the button with. She's not going to be passing many hands at all on the button.
Now Soi quickly folds the queen 10. As you can see, James not going anywhere. He's got a king 9 and makes the call.
Yep, no surprise. James is aware of how aggressive Vanessa is on the button, so a hand like king 9 suddenly becomes very playable.
You know, flop comes ace 4 deuce, and it's quickly gone check, check. Now, jack of diamonds on the turn. Dempsey checks again, but Vanessa betting this time, and is going to pick up the pot by doing so. And Vanessa Selbst staying aggressive to take down that pot. Tony, we all know what a great poker player she is, but what I admire about her is she's made over $4.4 million already in live tournament poker, yet she opted to go back to Yale Law School to get her law degree.
Nah, I'm taking finals soon, then I'll be done.
If you want to go and study now, you can.
I guarantee you one thing, every poker player, man or woman, fears himself when they're at the table with Vanessa Selbst because she will make you shake in your boots.
Absolutely. She is a player who consistently puts you in just awful and difficult situations. I think she is one of the people in the poker world I least like to see across from me on the table.
You're not alone. Here she raised out of the small blind with queen 7 offsuit. So he looks down at the king jack. He knows how aggressive she is. What does he do now?
Started the hand with like 2.3.
2.9.
It's the kind of hand that some people like to see a flop with. Sometimes they like to pump it up pre-flop and just take down the pot there. Soi raises it up, and that was all that was necessary to get Vanessa throw queen high away.
Well, she just threw it away, and so it picks up the pot. Action on Vanessa again. She's on the button here. Looks down at a king 9. So Vanessa staying aggressive, raising for the third consecutive pot here. Soi Nguyen is folded. Well, true to form, James Dempsey is 3-bet here with an ace-9 offsuit.
I'm all in.
Well, Vanessa Selbst quickly moves all in.
Okay, cool.
And a quick call by James Dempsey with just an ace-9.
That's a very impressive play by James Dempsey. He clearly 3-bet there with the intention of calling a shove from Vanessa. And it's a very impressive play by Vanessa in that kind of aggressive, relentless action that puts her in these final table situations.
She's got so much heart. She just moved in with that hand, and she was a little stunned, I think, that he made a snap call with the ace-9.
How do you have the 9? That's what gets me deep inside.
What's that?
So that's what really hurts me. How do you have the 9?
Well, emotionally distraught right now is Vanessa, as you can see by the look on her face. She has dominated. It's ace-9 versus king-9.
Ace in your face!
That's right. She's in dire straits here. She's going to need a lot of help if she wants to stay in this tournament. Let's see if she can get it.
Flop 6-5 forward.
She's in pretty bad shape on this flop here. She's going to need a king or perhaps a runner 7-8 just to get a chop.
7-8? All right.
Vanessa has the same idea I do.
Yeah, she would love it. Everybody holding their breath here. So ace of clubs on the turn. Vanessa is growing dead. She is going to be out in third place just that quick.
That was a great call by James Dempsey with the ace-9 there, and that ace on the turn does end Vanessa's turn.
Okay, yep.
Vanessa going to pick up $338,000 for her third place finish, and she's going to step off the tournament table and have a word with Matt Savage.
There's been a lot of talk about best woman player, but obviously you're one of the best players. What does that mean to you to be the best woman player?
I mean, I don't know who's the best player. I mean, it's so hard to tell. You know, I've been on a really good run, and I've been playing my best game. So I'm just happy to keep it up. I'm happy to be able to represent for the women out there, and hopefully we'll see some more women up and coming soon.
All right, continued success.
Thanks so much.
All right, Kimberly, back to you.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Simply click the sign up link in the upper right hand corner. Sign up with bonus code YT37 and we'll match your first deposit, dollar for dollar.
As we start heads up play, you can see James Dempsey out in front with 8.7 million. Soi Nguyen starting with 7.7 million.
I gotta say, I'm kind of rooting for both these guys. They come off so pleasant and modest and humorous. It'd be good to see either of them win.
No question about it. We're going to have a great champion, whoever wins. They're pretty close to even in chip count, so this is going to be an interesting battle.
Raise.
Well, there you see Soi raising on the button with just an 8-4, and James calling with a 10-6. So these guys are here to play.
Yep, Soi abstaining from the min raise. He's going with the 2.5x. A lot of the younger pros like James normally sticking with the min raise heads up.
Well, Jack 9-3, no help to either player. Dempsey checks. Soi making the continuation bet.
James is going to take the lead in this hand and go for a check raise. My guess is with the intention of following through on a lot of cards on the turn to give him more outs.
Well, Dempsey's showing a lot of heart here. Check raising with no hand and no draw to take down that pot. And you got to admire the way this heads-up battle has started. Both players very aggressive, fighting for the pot.
Absolutely, very cool play by James Dempsey there. And there's a look at our Player of the Year standings. And as you can tell, it's a very international list of players we have here.
Well, Will the Thrill Viella from New York out in front, however, with 1,650 points. But whichever of these players win will vault into third place with 1,400 points in the Player of the Year standing. And action back on Soi. Looks down at the two ducks. Two deuces on the button.
Raise.
So why not bet 200,000 with two deuces?
Making his usual raise, and James finds a very playable Queen-8 suited out of the big.
Makes the call, so we're going to have a flop here. Our flop is King, Queen, 7 with two clubs. Dempsey with the best hand with two queens. He checks. Soi checks the two deuces right behind him. No continuation bet this time. And a deuce on the turn.
Wow, lightning in a bottle on the turn for Soi, and it's going to be so hard for James to tell that Soi has a big hand. He thinks, you know, if he had a flush draw, he'd bet it on the flop.
James leads out and bets two queens, and I would too if I was in this spot. But he's getting raised right here. 600,000 to go. And as you can see, this is going to be puzzling to him. He's going to say, how could the guy slow play a flush draw? You know, I might have had a pair.
Exactly. Did he check back a king on the flop, and now he's making this small little raise on the turn? It doesn't really add up to him, and it might make it very difficult to get away. It does appear he's going to be putting the necessary chips in.
Making what we call a curiosity call here. Just can't figure out what the guy had. Wouldn't he have bet a flush draw on the flop or one of those big pairs?
Oh.
What's going on here? Now an 8 comes off.
Oh, that is going to cost James some money.
Well, it might cost him some money. Let's see what happens here. He's made two pair. Queens and 8s. He's checked it, and you can see Soi reaching out for some betting chips here. He's got the three deuces.
Soi does indeed fire 730,000 on this river.
With the look on James Dempsey's face, you know he doesn't have a flush. Sitting there shaking his head. So now you want to get paid off if you got the three ducks.
So rare that you have two pair in a heads-up poker game and you're not pleased to call the river bet.
Well, you just can't figure it out the way this hand was played. How could the guy check the flop? Well, Dempsey is going to make the call, but he is not going to like it.
A set of deuces.
You can see that look on James' face, like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, at least the pieces of the puzzle were put together by James Dempsey after he saw Soi Nguyen's hand. But in the meantime, with that pot, Soi Nguyen has now vaulted to the chip lead in this heads-up battle. There you can see it. He's got over 9 million in chips. Dempsey down to 7.4 million.
Playing pretty deep stack poker here, almost 100 blinds effective in this heads-up match.
Well, James Dempsey got the Jack-7 offsuit, the 7-11 as we call it, and he's going to raise it with that. Makes it 200,000 to go. And Soi feeling his oats right now, calling the raise with a 10-6 offsuit out of position. It's come Queen 6 deuce, all clubs. So Soi checks the two sixes. And James going to make the continuation bet.
Yep, James is going to fire 250,000, a little more than a half pot, but with that pair, Soi's not going anywhere.
Well, Dempsey does not like what he sees here when he gets called on this flop. He knows there's no way he's got the best hand or the best draw, one or the other. And look at this, the board pairs deuces, and here comes Soi leading right out and betting, just like he knows Dempsey's got a flush draw.
And I think he's probably concerned that Dempsey is going to check back with some of his medium flush draws, giving him a free chance to draw out.
Dempsey does lay down the hand. A nice bet on the turn wins the pot for Soi.
One of those difficult spots where if James doesn't have a pair or a very, very strong club draw, hard to justify continuing in the hand, even if you feel like this is a very strange way for Soi to play his.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to give it up and move on to the next hand. For his first WPT title tonight, he's out in front right now.
He's been out in front for much of this final table and much of this tournament as far as getting to the late stages is concerned, and he really does seem just kind of calm and comfortable with the whole situation and the pressure of it all.
Well, Dempsey raised on the button with 2 sevens. Ironically, Soi's got the exact same hand, a pair of sevens. It'll be interesting to see how this hand plays out. Well, there you see the raise up to $580,000 by Soi. But Dempsey's going to go nowhere here with the 2 sevens. He's certainly going to see a flop.
And this could be one of those pots where the guy who shows the most aggression post-flop is the one to take it down, especially if it comes out in an awkward texture such as King, Queen, 3.
Well, obviously not a flop either player's happy with because there's 2 overcards out there. So we're going to lead out for $570,000.
James clearly doesn't like this flop either. Not sure what he... Oh, wow. He's going to make a raise to $1.25 million.
Which is it?
And Soi can't possibly like this. Now he wants to know how many chips James Dempsey has got and how much it is to call here. But it's hard to believe he could keep playing this hand with 2 sevens.
Dempsey also turning his pair of sevens into a bluff. And look at this!
Soi Nguyen is coming back over the top for $2.1 million. Just incredible poker. I mean, both these players fighting for this pot, making incredible raises in my opinion.
Nobody wants to stop bluffing with their sevens, and Soi's 3-bet is going to take it down here.
Well, there you see Chino Rima, WPT champion.
That one's for you, Chino.
And he'd really be clapping if he knew what he had there.
Heads-up action here is just getting started, so stay tuned, and we'll have more World Poker 2.
Well, the Bellagio is certainly the Yankee Stadium of poker. Players from around the world love it here. And if you're just tuning in, I'm being joined in the booth by Tony Dunst, who's filling in for Vince Van Patten, who wasn't feeling too well. Tony, great to have you here.
Pleasure to be here, Mike, especially for such a thrilling heads-up match. We have seen fireworks thus far. Seeing the same thing in this hand, James opens the button with the Queen Jack of Diamonds, and Soi makes it $700,000 out of the big with the Jack 8 of Hearts.
Well, James has him dominated, but doesn't know it. He makes the call, though. With the Queen Jack of Diamonds, flop comes 6-5-4 with 2 hearts. Soi has flopped a flush draw and a gut shot straight draw.
James had Soi pre-flop, but clearly this flop much better for Soi's hand.
$830,000 to bet.
James with the hand on the head again.
This time it's the left hand instead of the right, though. He switched thinking positions.
Well, James decides to make some kind of move on this flop. We know that the trap is going to snap shut. So Soi Nguyen's not going anywhere.
Nope. I believe he played for all his dough with this straight draw and flush draw. But James Dempsey goes out of the pot.
Soi takes it down again.
And Soi's buddies cheering him on now. As everything seemingly going his way right now.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Simply click the sign up link in the upper right hand corner. Sign up with bonus code YT37 and we'll match your first deposit, dollar for dollar.
Well, here he's going to raise it with the ace-3 of spade, makes it $250,000 to go. And Dempsey with a similar hand, ace-2 of hearts, is going to make the call.
Yet again, both players with very similar holdings.
Now flop comes queen 4-3. So Dempsey has a straight draw, but Soi has the best hand now with bottom pair. So we're going to bet $300,000 after Dempsey checks. Dempsey's going to make the call with the gut shot straight draw.
Dempsey knows that not only does he have outs if he's behind, but his ace high might actually be good.
Well, 9 of diamonds on the turn. Dempsey checks. So Soi checks right behind him here.
Oh, and Soi just lightning in a bottle every hand, trips on the river.
He's made 3 threes here, so Dempsey's going to check. So obviously going to bet now.
And Dempsey could become convinced that he has the best hand here with ace high. He could perhaps imagine that Soi had a flush draw, or...
Well, he knows if Soi had an ace high, he's going to check it down just in hopes to win the pot here, maybe even a king high. So he might put him on something like 6-7 or something like that, but he's going to pay him off here with the ace high, and it's not going to work as Soi shows him 3 threes.
Exactly what happened, and I don't really fault James for his call.
No, you can't fault him. You just see everything is going Soi's way right now. Here's the case where Dempsey's raising on the button with 2 10s.
Made it 300,000, but it looks like Soi wants to play for more. He's made it 700,000.
Well, he can look for a 4-bet here. It's just a matter of how much.
All in.
It's an all-in bet with the 2 10s. Just didn't want to give his opponent the right price to make this call in case he just got ace high even. So he moves all in and takes down the pot.
Yeah, Soi doesn't make much of a show about folding, just knows he's not going to call and lets the hand go.
So James Dempsey moving in the right direction now. No question about it. Nodding his head a little bit here.
Feeling the groove.
As you can see, Soi went out in front with over 10 million. James has over 6.5 million. In the beginning of this heads-up match, you just sensed that Soi was holding over James. Now it seems like things are reversed a little bit. Soi looks down at the ace-5 offsuit, naturally. Going to raise on the button with that hand, makes it 300,000 to go.
James holding ace-jack in the big. He's getting his raising chips out. What's he want to play for?
He is going to 3-bet it here. Makes it 850,000 to go.
And it does, in fact, look like Soi's going to get stubborn. He makes the call. Kind of a suspect call, Mike.
Well, not crazy about it, because even if an ace comes up and your opponent bets, you're frozen. You can't really raise with the hand. Well, now the flop comes queen 4 deuce. So Soi does flop a gut shot straight draw, but Dempsey has the best hand with the ace-jack, makes the continuation bet.
Leads out for 1 million. It's a pretty good flop for Soi, but still kind of awkward as to how he wants to go about this hand. Looks like he's just going to call.
A lot of guys might just go ahead and raise there if they're going to play in this spot with a gut shot straight draw, but he makes the call for $1 million. Now the 10 of spade comes off.
Now this is a very interesting card as it improves both players' hands.
It sure does.
Now with a little under 4 million in the pot, it's about the remainder of James' stack here. So if he bets, he's going to have to commit his entire stack.
All in.
Well, he is going all in right here, and now he is going to put pressure on Soi.
Count it.
And you can see it. He says, how much is it?
4.6.
Trying to do the math in the situation. He knows his outs to the spades are good. He knows a 3 will be good for him. And he's just trying to figure out, well, is there any chance maybe I have the best hand and James is drawing 2 with something like King Jack or Jack 9, or am I just completely behind?
Well, there's sort of a cardinal rule in poker. You just hate to call your money off on a drawing hand. He knows he can't have the best hand right here. He's going to have to hit something to win this pot. But if he throws his hand away right here, Tony, he's still the chip leader in this heads-up battle. If, on the other hand, he opts to make this call and loses the pot, his opponent will have 13 million. He'll be down to 3. So, big decision right now for Soi.
The room goes silent. Soi is in the tank.
Well, this could be for all the dough, folks.
All right, I call.
Oh, wow.
Well, he has made the call. Dempsey has the best hand with the ace-jack and loves it. Look at him.
Stay.
Pure shock on his face to find out he's in front.
I know he has nothing too.
Nice call with the 3-bet with ace-5 off, mate. How's he called the 3-bet?
How does he call?
Well, just incredible. Everybody wondering how he could call with that hand, but he's just gambling here.
Soi looking dejected, sort of lurches over to his rail. James being mobbed by his.
Soi looking for a 3, a 5, or a spade to win this title right here, right now. And here comes the river card. It's a king. He's made an ace-high straight to take down this pot. James Dempsey is the new chip leader.
Crowd goes wild in Dempsey's corner. I hope they don't strangle him before he gets back to the table.
You better win this pot because I need this to pay my rent.
You live with your mum.
You know, know, I don't like people calling $4.6 million on an all-in bet when you're on a draw. So I did it. He paid the price for it.
No, I didn't care for the whole hand by Soi.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Simply click the sign up link in the upper right hand corner. Sign up with bonus code YT37 and we'll match your first deposit, dollar for dollar.
He is well out in front right now, and he's got a queen 9 offsuit here. But notice he just limps in on the button, does not raise, trying to keep the pot small until he's got the goods here.
Soi elects to check a 6-3 of diamonds in the big line.
Now flop comes 8-5-3. So Soi out in front with the 2 3s. He's going to lead out and bet.
Well, a bet of $225,000 is all Soi needs to take this pot down from James.
Dempsey laying it down, but losing the minimum in that pot. And Tony, right now, this crowd has turned into something like a soccer match between Manchester United and Chelsea. It's getting rowdy in here.
Not surprising. The tables have turned really fast in favor of James Dempsey, and that's just the nature of heads-up hold'em.
So it might come to life right now. He's got 2 jacks. Raise it up to 300,000. Dempsey throws away the king 3, and Tony, you know how sickening that is. You just lost a giant pot. Now you pick up a real hand, and it's the first time today your opponent hadn't given you action.
And you're just thinking, let him play back at me, and I'll be right back in this match. Ah, so deflating.
It really is. Now Dempsey looks down at king queen on the button.
Makes it 300,000. Soi with the king jack.
I'm all in.
Says he's all in.
Can't really blame him for going all in there.
Cool.
James immediately called.
A little while back, he had ace queen versus ace 9, won that pot. Here is king queen versus king jack.
He's got king jack, he's got king jack. They said he's got king jack. We've got him crushed. King queen. King queen. Oh, king queen.
So here we go. This could do it right here. Can the man from England be the 6th guy from Great Britain to take down a WPT title? He's got a shot right here, right now. He is in a dominating position to do it. It's king queen versus king jack.
Right back to where you started.
Well, Soi and his crowd a little dejected right now.
James Dempsey over with his rail, which is exploding with anticipation.
There's a jack right on the flop. First comes jack 9-6. Certainly not over by any means. James now needs to catch a queen or a 10.
10 ball.
Well, James is sweating the turn and river now. Let's go to the turn and see what happens.
Keep it small.
Well, it's a harmless 4 of hearts. Not going to help.
Keep it small.
No side.
For Dempsey to win this pot and this title right now, he must catch a 10 or a queen on the river. Soi in great shape to double up here.
Oh, it's the 10.
He done it! James Dempsey has done it! He has taken down this title in his first ever WPT event.
Oh, look at Soi. Just the feel for the guy. He played a great tournament. He was out in front for so much in the final table, and then it just fell apart so fast.
Well, Tony, I think when he goes back and analyzes his play at this final table, he's going to realize calling without ace 5 for $4.6 million was his big downfall. He would have still had the lead playing heads up for the title. Instead, he got behind $13 million to $3 million.
Let's go, let's go.
Well, as James Dempsey celebrates with his friends, we're going to go over to Matt Savage, who's having a word with our second place finisher, Soi Nguyen.
Kind of a tough one. You had all those chips, but I think you finally got the respect you deserve.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I'm going to try to put pressure on him, and when he shipped it, I ace high and heads up. Ace high is a pretty good hand. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough.
Well, congratulations on a great finish here. I'm sure we'll see you at another World Poker Tour final table. Mike, over to you.
I'm now going to give you your favorite slogan on the World Poker Tour. Bingo, bango, bongo. You've taken down the title.